Hello, welcome to yoga. Hi. So what I'm going to do in this little video is continue to focus on the idea of grounding. So connecting down to Mother Earth, connecting down to the ground if you wish, and using that to kind of calm our system. And I just definitely want to bring in this video, I want to bring in the connection and awareness of the root chakra. Okay, so I want to talk about that just a little bit, and then I'll get us moving. Okay, so your root chakra is at the base of your spine, the bottom #1 chakra. And the intentions behind this root chakra is the idea of grounding. Could be an intention. You want to calm yourself if you're feeling stressful, if you're feeling anxiety, and you just want to bring yourself down to the ground more. You would connect in and see if you can imagine balancing your root chakra. And so that is a sweet intention that I wanted to bring into class today. And so within a yoga practice, what you might do is feel all your connections to the ground and emphasize them. And so in this particular combination, I am definitely going to be more standing and a little more active in the legs. And so the grounding is going to be feet, lower legs, strength of your legs, and how you use them. Okay, so thinking that downwards focus of muscles, working strong, and then from there you can lift up and move into a yoga pose. Grounding can also, along the way, it'll be anything that's touching into the ground, whether it's the hands right now, seated body. So, and then the color of this root chakra is red. Okay, so the red, I just brought out my favorite t-shirt today. I just definitely wanted to have one video where I represent the color of the root chakra. And so if you wanted to, if this was something that appealed to you, you could bring the idea of that color, whatever red sparks your interest, but bring that into your practice. Imagine it in your lower body, in your legs, moving down into the earth, and maybe figuring out on your own what the color red might mean for you as you move. Often it is a very strong color. It is a color that might mean discipline or power, strength. So that might mean something for you too. All right, so here we go. Start off in a butterfly. I have my mat turned sideways because a lot of what I'm doing, I'm definitely going to want to turn my body sideways so you can see it better. But you could just be facing me the whole time, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is bring it around the hands and knees and start there. So we begin to warm up the spine. So here, of course, we have all these points that are connecting to the earth. And so you want to notice how they feel. Do your knees need more padding when they're down? Notice the spread of your fingers and create very strong hands. Imagine the roots right out of your fingers, right out of your hands, down to the earth. And you can feel back into your feet right now. There's a little press back into your toes. So from that beautiful tabletop, begin to move into your spine. Inhale, relaxing down into a valley. And then exhale, you tuck and you slowly build a mountain in your spine. So moving back and forth between those two, inhaling into the valley, and then exhaling up into a little mountain. You might just close your eyes and imagine the valley that you enter. Picture the little mountain that you would climb, or maybe the very tall, extremely challenging mountain. You could bring the vibrant red color into your practice. So now centering it out, I want to feel the movement of my spine helps me to bring my leg through into a lunge. I bring my knees a little closer and I curl my spine up and bring my right leg strong through the core. I bring it through between my hands, and right away we're going to lift the back knee up. Okay, so the knee won't be pressing down too much. So I want you to begin to feel in both of your feet, your front foot and your back foot, and notice that strength. Okay, so how are you using your feet connecting down to the earth? And then begin to slowly come up, where you balance between the front and the back leg. So I want to show. Pull the core in and notice that beautiful strength moving down to the earth, into your legs, your feet, and a deep, deep breath. So what I want to do is, keeping this a moment, is bring your hands to your heart. Your elbows are coming out to the side, and you're just going to open up. So you're going to lay back just a little bit and open up your heart. Inhale. Exhale, the hands come back in. And then you lower it down to the ground. Also tuck and take that leg back. And we'll move through the spine again and switch legs. So now bring your left leg through. Make sure you brought it through far enough. And I don't even lift the knee until I make sure I really notice the feet. And I strengthen, lift through the feet. And then I start to feel up into my legs. So maybe staying low for a moment, kind of noticing that. And using that beautiful strength in the legs to balance yourself up between front and back. Strong through the core, shoulders are back. Feeling that. So now bring your hands to your heart, spread your fingers out. You're going to inhale and expand and open. Exhale, fold the arms back in. And then lower it back down. Perfect. Tuck and take that leg back. All right, so I want to do a little plank practice. You're welcome to have the knees up. On this first plank, I'm actually going to keep my knees down. And so I look at the spread of my fingers. I see that already, spread of my fingers, and then I shift my body forward and get the shoulders directly over your wrists. Practicing this. Like I said, you can definitely be practicing your full plank at this time. You are welcome to that. Breathing through it, strong. So you want to lift up through the core and feel the balance in your lower back. Deep breath. So your eyesight is down on the floor, down on the ground. And I want to do 3 slow push-ups with the elbows coming into our waist. I'm going to scooch my hands back a touch. And so when you're ready, you can play around with that. You can bring it slowly down and then press up away from the earth. See if I can slow it down even more with each one. So practicing that at your own level of what you want. The knees could be lifted and you could be practicing the full yoga push-up. Sometimes at first you're just bending your elbows a little bit and then pressing up from that point. Awesome. And so there you go, a little warm up. How'd your wrists do? Do you need to release them? I like to take a little flip up of the palms and wiggle the fingers slightly. In fact, I have an idea. I want to do the shoulder reach. Okay, so my legs kind of stay in the child's pose. I'm actually going to tuck my toe like that and turn my right palm up and start to rotate a little bit. I'm going to press the back of this hand down to the ground and lay my head down on that shoulder, stretching through the arm and letting the hips fall back a little bit. Tuck through the tailbone, reach it long. Stay here for a breath. So now feeling up into that hand that's reaching there, I want you to turn the palm down and press all the fingers down to the ground. Stay with that a moment. And then one more time, turn the palm up, back of the hand, presses down, really nice. And then ease on up. Switching to the second arm. So again, feel the back of your hand pressing down, hips drawing back. Leaning gently on that arm. Deep breath. And then you can rotate the arm, shoulder, palm is down, touch into the floor. And then rotate, turn it up. Perfect. Now back to hands and knees. Knees a little closer, move into your spine and bring your right leg through again. So I bring it forward, lift the back knee, feel the power, and again now play with that strength of feet and legs for a moment. How strong you can be. And I'm going to go in the open twist now. So I'm going to place my hand down, see the spread of the fingers there, and open up to the sky. Take just one deep breath here. Notice both feet and that hand that's touching down, and reach up out of that. And then bring it down. Lower the back knee, take it back, and switch to your second leg. All the way through, make sure you've got it through far enough. Lift, practice feet, quads lifted, real strong through your legs. So you keep that strength, and then you can sink down into that strength. So it really is a balance of the two. So I place the hand and feel the feet. Combination of lifting, and relaxing. So I have them both. Deep breath here. I'm going to look down to the strong hand on the ground. And I can also rotate and look up to the hand in the sky. And then bring that down. You got this. Dropping down, ready for downward dog. So it can always be dolphin if your hands or wrists need a little break. And you lift up into your downward dog. You might bend your knees a little bit, practice turning your hips more up to the ceiling if you need that. Your head relaxes down, neck is long, shoulders down the back. So feeling that. Now we want to feel down into the heel connection here, all right? So you're going to focus on one. So lift the other knee up and let one heel press down more. The foot could even come off the ground. So really lengthening through your heel, calf area. And then switching to the other side. Noticing that, opening that space up. A lot of strength through the arms, hands, shoulders. And then centering it out, we're going to stay with this a little longer and practice our full plank. Readjust if you need, if you desire. Lengthen. So what I'm going to do is feel the lift of my quadriceps, the strength of my feet, my shins, pulling in through the core, pressing away from the earth. So you're connecting down to it and then lifting up out of that connection right up to the sky. All right, I'm going to lower down. You can do a full body lower, or you can do knees, chest, chin. It's up to you. Get a lengthened body. Take a moment in Sphinx, so feel the connection of your forearms, and use that to draw your body forward. And here I get a chance to release my wrists, kind of shake out the fingers a little bit, wiggle out the fingers. And then I want to do a cobra that can fold back into downward dog. You can also fold back into child's pose. You can take more time. Fingers come back, spread out your fingers. Strong through your core. Inhale, up. Back bend, exhale, downward dog. We're moving slowly to standing, so you can do that however you want. But what I'm going to suggest is that you walk your hands, your feet I meant, you walk your feet slowly, step by step, to your hands. It's kind of fun to play with each little connection of the footstep. And this one you can just bend the knees at any time and roll your way up. You're just playing, practicing with it. If your flexibility is feeling okay, you come right into the forward bend, and you bend your knees, release the arms, and roll your way up. Awesome. And so now we're coming up to standing. I'm actually going to step back a little bit, and I love to come off the yoga mat sometimes, that's up to you though, and feel the strong floor. So I want to come into mountain pose. So what could be more grounded than a mountain? So the first thing you feel is how your feet connect to the ground. and how you can use the muscles in your toes, through your feet, in the arch, and maybe just kind of shift around, like moving, floating around, and feel all the points of connection. Deep breath into that. And so from that beautiful foundation, feel your body lift. And so notice that in the quadriceps, the legs, the balance of your hips, the lift through your chest, your shoulders roll back and down, very proud. Tuck your chin a little bit so you feel the top of your head, the crown, shining up to the sky. Tadasana. So keeping that, bend the knees just a little bit and sweep your arms up to the sky. Inhale, and then exhale it down. And I'm going to move into a forward bend that comes halfway down to the legs. So it's like this. Inhale up, exhale, down. Extend your spine long. So my knees bend a little bit here, definitely. And I reach the spine long. You can go for straighter legs. The bend is very slight, but it can be more if your spine needs you to do more. Okay? So you're trying your best to get that long spine reaching towards me. Now peek down at your feet, spread the toes, and again, feel that strong, beautiful connection down. And fly your arms out. So deep breath here. Feel between the shoulder blades, reaching the fingers, maybe wiggle the fingers a little bit. So notice that combination of strength in your body and the freedom. Inhale, reach up. Exhale the arms around until the palms come together, touching in. Take a moment to feel your breath under your fingers or on your fingers. So I want to sit down into a chair pose, Utkatasana. So I'm just bending my knees, pretending like there's a chair back there waiting for me, and I'm trying to find it with my butt. Tuck through the tailbone, pull the core in a little bit. Really feel the beautiful strength down low into your legs. Sweep the arms up, shoulders down. Good. Press away from the ground. Inhale up. Exhale the arms around. Got it. So I want to move into a few standing poses, and I want to turn sideways, and then I'm going to turn the other way. You're welcome to just be facing me, and you can move forward on your yoga mat if you're using that. So I'm going to start this way and walk forward. It's going to begin. Warrior 3 is pretty much the first one. Inhale up, exhale, forward bend. Bend your right knee and take it back into the lunge. So let's stay with the lunge for a moment. I want you to notice your feet again. Strengthen your feet. And now warrior 2 legs. Turn that back heel, lifting up, bending that front knee, bringing your waist up so it's tall and lifted. Reaching one arm forward. Wiggle the fingers a little bit. Reach one arm back. You might look out over the front hand, keeping that deep breath. Now keeping that a little longer, turn your palms up and let the shoulders settle down. It's hard to breathe and talk at the same time. And then bring it down. Isn't that nice? All right, ready for triangle pose. I'm going to straighten the legs, bring the palms together. Feel the beautiful triangle legs and how solid they are. Now inhale, sweep the arms back out, reaching. Feel that reach? Legs are straight without locking that knee. Bring your hand maybe down to your thigh, not your knee joint. Maybe lower if you have another style, but put your hand wherever you like it to go. I like to use the strength of my shin and use that to reach my body long. So now again, notice your feet, spread the toes, connect down. Not just the front foot, feel your back foot too. Tuck through the tailbone a little bit. All right, top arm comes down. I want to move into side angle pose now. Bend the knee. And I like to bring my arm here. You can be reaching to the ground if you're used to that. A little tuck through your tailbone. And sweep the arm long, kind of spiraling open through your waist. So feel again the connection down, trusting that, and then you can open up into your breath from that beautiful strength. Now I'm going to go back to a lunge, so my arm is going to circle back and just guide my heel up and down into the lunge. So inhaling here, exhale, downward dog. Take a moment there, spread the fingers wide, drop your head through, notice down to your heels, deep breath. Choosing the plank that you enjoy. Inhale forward into that. Exhale, take a moment, breathe, lengthen, head is lifted. So now lowering down, either knees, chest, chin, or practicing full body. Trying your best to get your chest before your hips to lower. Extend the whole body nice and long, strong through the core. Inhale up into a little back bend cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment here. And then doing that same idea, step by step, if it worked for you. Stepping your feet forward. See if you can practice using the whole foot from the heel to the toes. Walking them forward. And of course, depending on your flexibility, comfort here, you might have bent your knees and rolled up sooner. That's totally awesome. If you're feeling okay and you want to hang, let's do that for just a moment. And then I'm going to bend my knees and roll my way up. Now just take a moment in mountain pose. Posture tall, little moment of reflection. How do you feel? And we'll do the second side. Knees are bent. Inhale up. Exhale down into your forward bend. Bend your knees and take your left leg back. So it's your second side now. All right, feeling the feet. I just want you to lift up a little bit. Practice using that strength of feet, legs, all that good stuff. All right, warrior two. I'm going to turn my heel and windmill right on up. See if that works this time. Lifting my waist tall, reaching. Relaxing the shoulders down. So what if you turn your palms up for a moment and let your shoulders kind of melt down your back? And then keeping the shoulders more relaxed like that, then turn your palms down. Deep breath. So now bringing it into triangle legs. Palms come together for a moment. Feeling your feet and your legs. So when you are activating your feet here, you can't lock this knee. It's kind of, when you start to lock the knee, the feet want to let go. So if you use the muscles of your toes, you're going to have that little micro bend into triangle. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. And down into the triangle style of your choice. Think of a little spiral in your waist, a little tuck in your tailbone. Top of your head, feel that reaching long and breathing through it. I like to peek down. I like to notice that foot on the ground. Remember all the power up and feel the fingers in the sky and kind of wiggle them around. Let them be a little more free. Okay, so my top arm's going to come down and bend the front knee. Move into the side angle. Little drawing in, tucking. It's like funny how every time I have to really do that, I have to kind of check back to that little position, and then I'm ready. Side angle pose. And now rotating into the lunge again. So my back heel comes up and I lower down. Okay, so just kind of finish up this part. Inhale here, exhale, downward dog. Take a breath or two there. Nice. Now we're going to walk the feet forward one last time so we can come to standing. Walk one foot and then the other. Bend your knees, relax your head down, and roll your way up. All the way up. And I really want to bring in the tree pose. I want us to feel that connection down. It's a little tree pose on each side. Let's see, I'm going to connect this leg down first. You can always find a spot on the ground to stare at. That will help you steady yourself and balance practice if you want to. So I feel that in a moment. Then I choose a spot for my foot, whether it's low, try to avoid the knee joint, maybe it's higher. You will notice on my second leg that I'm going to go lower because I have a little quirky knee right there that will need me to do that, okay? So I wanted to show this example. Palms together, reaching your arms out at any time to help balance. So bringing your tree arms out, up if you wish, wherever you want them to be. I really want to stay in the camera here. So I'm going to open up, connecting, rooting down to the earth, and then you feel yourself lifting and expanding up to the sky out of that. Okay. And so now ready to practice my second side. Take your time. I'm going to talk a little less. Of your feet, your foot to your leg, the foot down into the earth, and opening up into your branches, expanding out. And then bringing that down, centering. I'm going to bring us down to seated for a little finishing touch there, just to round things out. So come on down and take a seat. And I'm going to choose a bound angle. So feet together. Let's do that. Let's do bound angle with either the feet closer or further out, whatever you need, lifting tall and reaching your spine forward. Inhaling up, lifting, and then feel the exhale sink you down into the ground, into your hips. So we're going to be seated for one upper body, maybe two little movements here. Your feet could stay just as they are, or you could go into cross-legged. Take your arms out, feel the lift, feel the strength right in here. Draw your core in, and then center your body down to the earth. Inhale, reach up out of that, staying up, exhale. Spread your fingers, draw the shoulders down. Staying here for a moment, reaching to the sky, but feeling that connection down. You got this. Okay, now bring your right arm down. Beautiful side bend. Deep breath here. So one more time, reach for the sky, extending up, strong connection down, and then over into a beautiful side bend the other way. And then center. So when I began to practice this idea of the root chakra, the color red, and bringing it into my yoga practice, what I did was just slowly allow whatever came to mind come to mind. I used that idea of grounding. I took that, connecting to the earth, rooting down. Okay? And then the color red. And so what it brought into my mind, and this is just me, you might have different ideas, but it immediately brought me to the red in my body. So my heart, my circulation of blood, all that makes me so alive. Okay? And so that's kind of what I pictured with the color red, and I thought it was just beautiful. I love that. And then the idea of rooting down, and the red color made sense here to me somehow. I thought of family. Okay. At the time that I began to practice this, I was at my mom's house, and my dad had passed away a year ago, and so I was thinking deeply about all of us, my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister, and all my roots, where I come from. And that is grounding to me. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me. The life within me salutes the life within you. Namaste.